Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. It is your faves from the Wine and Chocolate Show. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
And I'm Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet, and you are now watching Just the Sip, where we come and try to give you a little taste throughout the middle of the week. So before we give you the big gulp every Sunday. So as I always ask, friend, how's life tasting for you?
Girl, life is tasting much better because we are in a different realm tonight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it is technically today is burger. It's like National Burger Day. So happy burger day to everybody. Hope you got you a nice little juicy burger. You did something
Well,
good. I see you over there eating something good, friend. What you got?
yeah, I was gonna say not a burger, but still beef. I got some burnt in fries
Those look delicious.
because I am finishing the last of this Lebanzi that we had on
And if I'm not
Sunday.
mistaken, that's Gates, yes?
Yes, yes. You know how the now the goddess feels about not really that, but it's the sauce.
The
It's
sauce.
the sauce. The sauce is the weakness of the goddess, honey. Give her some bad news, drifting gate sauce, and it's fine.
Bitch, no such thing. No such thing as bad news if it has that shit on there, bitch. Okay, it is.
Swirl that on here.
Give me some more.
hmm So you know how we do. We do our little. I'm gonna do a little impromptu tasting for y'all. So I'm gonna
Yes,
show you
please.
my bite.
This is our South African wine from last week, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the episode. You will not be disappointed. We had some. Oh, and apologize. Thank you to the person who commented. They are not macaroons. They're macron.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for correcting us. We appreciate that. So, and a good old Gates child, good old Gates burn-ins, and again that sauce. It's just everything.
Yeah, because I got original and sweet mouth sauce. I like to mix my sauces. But yeah,
It's
with
everything.
that meat, that smokiness,
Mm,
and
mm,
that sauce,
mm.
they go
They're
they go with
married.
each other real bad. This is rich, and the meat is rich and spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So
How are
yeah,
the tannins? Are the tannins leveled out now?
very much so. Like you guys gotta understand. Sometimes you can play a game. Sometimes you can gamble with wine because most of the time when you open up a bottle of wine, typically want to finish it
Yeah.
within like 48 hours. You want to finish it kind of sooner rather than later because when you let wine sit after it's been uncorked and open, it can lose its tannins, it can lose its flavor profile, it can lose its boldness, its body, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But sometimes,
Sometimes it gets better.
sometimes we had what which was that the chronologic one
Yes,
chronology
chronology.
we had for what weeks it was open for weeks and it tasted better
Yeah.
every time we drank it.
Yeah. Every time.
So full disclosure, day old wine can be a gamble. How about this, guys? If you know of a method or if you've been taught or know any things about wine preservation to keep it longer, if there's certain like casks or rebottling type of utensils you guys like to use, let
Yes.
us know. Put it
Put
down
it
in
in
the
the
comments
comments.
because maybe we can add it to the store and you
Yeah.
guys can start getting those items from us. Okay.
Cheers, friend.
Cheers.
Thursday.
Well, girl, what is going on, as Marvin Gaye would used to ask?
I don't even really know where to start. I guess we can start with Kevin Hart because that has really just been every fucking where like that I've seen it. Seen it on Shade Room, seen it on Breakfast Club, seen it, him post. It's just been everywhere. So we can start there. So basically, Kevin Hart went on the Breakfast Club to, I guess, defend his reasoning for allowing the racist jokes and the racist comedians at the roast. Um, he was very much like, what the fuck you want me to do? I mean, it's a production and this is what I expect, and get the fuck over it and da da da. And just kind of like this isn't my problem type of thing. And I just want to say, Kevin, you look very, very stressed out. Very stressed the fuck out. Like, I don't know. I get it that money is like great and all those things, but the cost of things can be very expensive, like especially your piece. And it looks like your piece has been just ripped. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just super defensive. Like he wasn't going in there. And I wonder like how the like environment was, because I know Charlemagne and Lauren, like they try to make their guests feel not necessarily ambushed, like they want them to feel pretty comfortable. But I know that they weren't agreeing with like what was done, especially like with the George Floyd jokes and everything like that. And so I wonder if that contributed to some of his, it seemed like, irritation. Like he was just like very irritated and just like why the fuck do people keep asking me, like, and it's just like I feel that he respects comedy above all else. To a degree, I understand it because you're a comedian and everything like that, but you are a Black comedian. So while I understand respecting comedy over everything, there is this expectation that when it comes to Black shit that's happening, that you're supposed to be a voice of just at least back us up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say someone had mentioned the Tom Brady roast and how Tom Brady went up to one of the comics who like said something that was a little off the rails, and he was like, "Don't say that bullshit again." Like he like checked them or something like that. And so people are comparing him to Cat Williams and are just wondering, like, why didn't you do that? And is it because you feel like, you still feel lucky to be in the room and all this stuff? And I can see that. Like, I matter of fact, I felt it, especially when he was like, "It's a production. What you want me to do? What you want me to go up there and smack him? Want me to beat him up after?" And it's just like, honestly, what all I wanted was for you to cut some of the jokes like you did when they was supposed to be talking about you cheating on your wife. Like, that's really it. And again, I'm honestly not against the racist jokes if they're funny. If they're actually fucking funny, then I don't have a problem. We could talk about whoever the fuck, bitch. We could talk about Martin Luther King. We could talk about anybody. But it's just like, if it's just this dry ass, we just want to be racist just to poke fun at Black people, like that's every other day. We don't have to be at a roast for this. Like, we don't have to watch this
you
shit.
Really just log on to social media and see them
And so I guess my only real thought on this is just, I mean, I'm not surprised that he's coming to this defense of the roast, but I will say, nigga, you look stressed. I feel that this cost you a little more than what you bargained for. I feel that you are at a stage where you can say no to things, and you just can say no to things. And I understand, like, you want to keep getting bigger, you want to grow, and you want the same accolades or better than the people that came before you and all those things. But if it costs you your peace, if it costs you your reputation, if it costs you your cachet within the community, like I don't know that's worth it, my guy. I just don't know. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's too late now. We're here. But I just was disappointed in his response, and that I get it. You respect comedy above all else. Doesn't matter pink, white, green, blue, what color you are. That people are gonna just say stupid ass shit, and it's gonna either make somebody laugh or make somebody upset. And the point is to just, I guess, bring awareness to it. I guess I don't know, but I don't know. It just doesn't look like it was worth it. So that's my thoughts.
Oh man, there's so many roads and avenues and side streets to this whole thing, right? Because shout out to Grits and Eggs podcast if you guys like to watch that. Deontay said if the first moniker you use to describe yourself isn't Black, you pretty much have already lost the plot.
Yeah.
Because in order to be in a situation like that, you have to other yourself, which leads to this defensive stance he feels, because he doesn't have to, this defensive stance that he feels he has to take, because like you said, it's comedy above all else. I'm a comedian. And again, it's the trick of Black capitalism along with this as well too, because you can sit up here and say you can have all this power in XYZ, and I'll give it to you, like maybe we have limited power, but you still had executive power. This still was produced by your production company. So for the main guy, Tony Hinchcliffe, who made like the George Floyd joke, was like a last minute addition. But that would have been for you to step in and be like, nah, like, because what got me is in the interview with the Breakfast Club, he's like, I mean, that's what Tony does. Like, I don't expect to do no more, I expect to do no less. So if you know that's what he brings, then why wouldn't you say, yeah, I want to sub him out for somebody else or whatever, you know what I mean? Or like you said, y'all could just cut his shit, because y'all cut other shit. Y'all cut other jokes. Y'all cut jokes about the president. You cut jokes about, I mean, the only joke that I saw that got cut that needed to get cut was the joke about Megan Thee Stallion getting shot. And I'm like, this, and that to me is the other issue too. This is a roast of Kevin Hart and everybody on the dais. Why are we bringing up Megan Thee Stallion? Why are we bringing up George Floyd? Why are we bringing up
even oh boy, Charlie Kirk? Why are we bringing him up?
Like, why are we bringing up all these third part? Well, to be fair, that Charlie Kirk thing was more an answer to the racist shit because that Charlie Kirk joke came from a white comedian who, through comedy, let me get to this point, through who comedy was trying to get back at them for taking it too far. And to me, that's where we done lost the plot. If the white comedians, like Chelsea Handler specifically, because she's the only one that's really been vocal after all of this, like had interviews about, like, they were cheap jokes and they call me a whore, they do all sorts of shit, but like there is a line. This is the same conversation we were having with Dave Chappelle a few years ago about all these trans jokes. You cannot willfully participate in the downgrading of your people and other people and not think that other people who make jokes are not going to be able to have the nuance to make them type of jokes. Because to make those type of jokes, there has to be nuance here. You bring up George Floyd, had nothing to do. It was not even a part of the storyline of any real joke. You just wanted to get that off. You know what I'm saying? I forgot who the creator was, but another person said, he would have just saved himself a lot of face if he just didn't laugh. Like, that was the bare fucking minimum. All you have to do is just like.
Right to black.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because silence, especially when a person is stupid, silence is deafening. Because all
it was the fake laugh.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well just.
Like, nigga.
He got up and started.
Okay.
Like, nigga, like.
It wasn't
we didn't need you to sell these people shitty jokes. If these niggas is bombing, you let them bomb, because they're bombing for a reason. They're not bombing simply because they're not funny. They're bombing because the shit that they saying is not funny. And every comic has to go through that in order to go make their shit better. But if you're sitting up here and he about some shit that ain't even funny, there's no incentive for this nigga to make better jokes. You know what I'm saying? On top of the fact that you're coming out now trying to do your PR campaign cleanup, you might as well just out and did it. If this was going to be your response, if this is how you felt, you might as well just, because I know we're going to get to old girl in a minute, but at least Cheyenne is standing on the lie. You feel what I'm saying? If you're going to go with it, you got to go all the way. You got to be unapologetic through and fucking through. You know what I'm saying? Because when you come,
right, he's still teeter tottering, like he's like upset that we're upset.
Exactly, which means you know why. That's why you dancing. You could just be like, I know, and I don't give a fuck, like, oh girl. No, you trying to sit up here and placate and play both sides. No, once you make that decision that white people's approval and money is more important than your integrity and, like you said, peace, because we can see it. When you are unwell, when there's a decision on your mind, when there's something on your heart, you can try your best. But your hair is gray, you got the wrinkle, it's
The
coming from the
bag.
inside out, okay? It's
Yeah.
coming from the inside out because like this shit ain't right. Like anybody that you see, like look how Chud the Builder looking. He looking fucking pitiful now. Like I watched this thing about Tiger Woods earlier, and I was just looking at all the chances he fucking had, and every time in the mugshots looking crazy. Like you're looking crazy because you feeling crazy, because you acting crazy.
You made
You
it
know what
wrong.
I'm saying?
You made a mistake. Period.
And that's all. That was it, bro. All you had to be like, you know what? I hear you guys. You know, we were just taking it on good just because it is a roast. But I do understand that some people, you know, probably took it too far. You know, all we had to say, like, I'll do my best next time I have something that not included, whatever. But he can't do that because he's a whore for money. He's too ingrained into, he got his hand in too many pots. And that is actually the gag. You did this to yourself because you wanted to be bigger than Eddie Murphy. Newsflash, nigga, you'll never be bigger than Eddie Murphy. Nobody will ever be bigger than Eddie Murphy. That was another thing I wanted to talk about too today. I'm gonna see if I can wrap these two things up because I don't want to be here all night. Okay. There is this overwhelming desire to dethrone Michael Jackson. And I'm so sick of this fucking conversation. Cause cause shouts out She the Queen, because y'all do this with Beyonce. Y'all do this with all these high tier from at least from our class, because nobody after 2010 making no music is okay. But anybody who came up in the physical era, in the MTV era, you niggas know what time it is because you motherfuckers was dancing on stage trying to please that nigga. Okay? Everybody was at that Michael Jackson 30th anniversary. Okay? Maya out there, Usher out there, NSYNC out there, Desi Child out there. These people will never be bigger than Michael Jackson because they had to get his approval. I need y'all to get that through y'all motherfucking skulls. I need y'all to get to y'all skulls. This motherfucker, and I'm talking about Drake right now. So, here's the Drake. Here comes the Drake part. You soft ass niggas. When it comes to this constant Michael Jackson thing with Drake, it just got me thinking because, also spoiler alert, if you did not finish The Boys, I'm going to give you 5, because I'm going to do spoiler alerts, okay? I'm going to give you 5, 4, 3,
get out of here.
2,
I don't want spoilers.
1. All right, spoilers. So in The Boys, Homelander finally dies, right? But this last season, he wanted to be bigger than God. He wanted to be God, right? And so he was menacing people, killing people, trying to get his way. And in the show, there's another super soup from like one of the original soups. Come to find out, genetically, that's his dad. Like they made him out of him. And so he unfroze him and he fucking hates his guts because he thinks he's a pussy and a pansy and like everybody do. You're basically trying to use your power to control people and make people love you. That ain't how that goes. That's not how you can't make the people love you, because in the show this last season he was killing it. He had like super soups that could like read people's minds and shit, or super psychics, surveilling people, their innermost thoughts and hearts to see, do they really fuck with Homelander? And they were killing people that did not fuck with Homelander as retribution because they did not praise him. They did not view him as the one true God, right? And so it got me to thinking, I'm like, this is a lot like this Michael Jackson fucking conversation. I'm not saying Michael Jackson is Jesus.
Girl,
I know you know, nigga.
Yes, okay.
But the
for others, yes.
Clip it, bitch, okay? Michael Jackson is not Jesus, but in a human form,
And music and music.
Like, but just watching grown men pass out about this, like he would literally stand there for 5 whole fucking minutes and just his
when the
nigga
did the performance sitting down, whole time nigga said, "I'm getting up. I will not stand."
And you know what? He's so petty. He did that because he didn't like the choreography. He faked and said he hurt his leg. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, you are trying to chase the greatness of a man who literally gave his life. Again, the parallels are there. He literally gave his life, fed the sick, cared about the children, cared about the environment, didn't want wars and famine and all sorts of shit.
And made relatively positive music, especially towards the end.
Very like, only time you really got something Michael Jackson, he was pissed off about, again, you fucking up the environment, you being a cheating whore. Because let's be real, Michael ain't like no cheating, okay? Michael was just like Dirty Diana and, you know, in the closet, all sorts of he ain't said no cheating, okay? But like, those are the only times or like in Scream, like, stop fucking with me, stop lying on me, stop, you know what I'm saying? Those are or they don't care about us. It would be about something if Michael was upset. Not just, I'm upset. Not, nigga, shut the fuck up. So anyway, to wrap this shit up, it's just we see people like, to parallel to the Eddie Kevin Hart thing. You are chasing ghosts and legends who were doing things that are impossible to be done now. We lived in an era where you had to buy your ticket. You had to go show the fuck up. You had to stand outside of Tower Records and Virgin Records. You had to wait to get. There was an allure. There was scarcity. There was mystery. There was greatness. When you do all these things, you don't have to worry about the numbers. You don't have to cook the books. You don't have to chase anything, because you're being you, and you and your greatness is what is going to define you. They will put your name amongst the greats, but when you start trying to be above the greats, that's where you're going to lose every motherfucking time. And that's where I believe Kevin is right now. Kevin is has been in this place for a while, and kind of the same critique that we give Jay-Z about this, you know, picking things up, extracting them, and then discarding them in the name of capitalism. But it's going to be touted as, oh, isn't this a great businessman? Like, yeah, but
at the expense of what?
Exactly. And most of this is at the expense of us.
Yeah.
And it's also at the expense of their own peace, like you said.
Oh, this whole time.
It wasn't plugged up, girl.
Bitch. Son of a bitch. I guess it doesn't matter. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you, yeah. Because see, my whole thing is like, because they're trying to say that he is better than Michael Jackson because of like #1 singles. But when you really break it down, Michael Jackson, he still hasn't beaten Michael Jackson's record, because Michael Jackson has 11 solo hits. 11. We're not even talking about the Jackson 5. We're not even talking about the one with Paul McCartney or Saida Garrett, child. That's like, so what, six additional songs? Y'all are grasping for straws because you know this album is not good. It's not as good as you wanted it to be. Everything is about the numbers, because I ain't seen no lyric breakdowns. I ain't seen no comparisons. There has been no fan activity about the music. It's only been fan activity about the numbers. How they over there conspiring with each other about, it should be this song. No, it should be that song. Everybody stream this song. Like, when it's good, baby, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that.
Right. Niggas will come up with their own, you know, trendy dance things. Nobody doing that. I liked what Charlamagne the God said. He said, you know, it's like fast food. You know what I mean? Which that's what a lot of the music is nowadays. It's very quick right now and then gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I saw something about the Michael Jackson comparison with Drake in that the whole independent route in all of the music that he has or tied to or whatever, business wise, fine. Impact, culture, and love that we have for Michael Wise, absolutely not. Just
Not
absolutely.
even business wise, because if you think about it, Michael Jackson was actually being railroaded by his record label.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and Sony, Prince and Sony. These were niggas that were leaps and bounds ahead, way better than this nigga, and they still was having problems, but they were having legitimate problems, nigga.
Yeah.
You were mad because the system did not work for you this time.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not even the same.
Yeah.
But you are going after your record label because you lost.
Yeah.
They were going after their record label because they were being
cheated
slaved out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he wrote slave on the side of his fucking face. That's why he changed his name to that impronounceable fucking symbol. Because, and that's why we didn't get a lot of music in his later years, because all the babies that grew up watching him and Alicia Keys, all the kids wanted to work with Prince, but Prince would not work with you if you did not own your masters. We talk about two different levels here. So
what I'm not gonna do is put them
you are a
kids
slave, but you don't mind being a slave as long as you are the top house slave.
Yeah.
Nobody can be the slave above you, because before all this shit, you was fine.
Right.
Gucci and y'all was out there, right, parties and yachting it up and also. But now that little nigga from Compton beat your ass, now it's a conspiracy.
Wop wop wop,
sir. So you're not like Michael in any respect. In any.
Kevin, Drake, I understand that the money, you know, it looks nice. It looks real nice. And I don't like being on this nigga's side, but when you're right, I got to be there. Charleston White was talking.
Oh no.
He was talking to Cam Newton a few weeks ago or a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about how he had turned down, I think it was $500,000. I think that's what he said. $500,000. Because if he had taken it, he knows that his value, the value that the people have in him would have gone down. And I said, that right there, you know what I'm saying? As much as Charleston gets on my fucking nerves, some shit he be saying, he's definitely a broken clock. He is definitely one of those where it's just like, if it's 12 o'clock noon or 12 o'clock in the morning, it don't.
He's right here.
Because the nigga
but
is
you
right.
He's
right on top.
Wait one more minute. It's about to be wrong.
Right. That's what I gotta do. But you know, ultimately, it's just as a Black person, you know, you want to see our people succeed. You want to see them reach new heights, and just because you feel that they're going to put on others, and I know that Kevin Hart has done that. But this is what I don't fucking like. I don't like when someone does something nice for you that they then can do some bullshit right the fuck after that and then expect you to be loyal to them to the end. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you bailed me out of jail in 2009. I don't give a fuck. Here in 2026, if you're on some fucking bullshit, we can call it out. And like you said, at the very least, just don't say fucking nothing. But you have to say something, because I would like to argue that it's probably fucking with your pockets. I don't know of any other reason why you would come outside and say anything. I know you don't give a fuck about people's opinion. So why get on the Breakfast Club, one of the most popular radio shows of our time right now, and even address it? Well, maybe because you look stressed now. You look stressed, and I'm feeling that it is some sort of stakeholder that's like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Like, what kind of bullshit was that? How am I going to be an investor in this now? And like you said, it's just too many hands in the pot. And so now you have created a golden cage. This beautiful, expensive, wealthy ass, pretty ass cage. Now that you can't move around in. And again, with Charleston, it's just kind of like the cost of the cage be too much, child. So
my last point I want to make on that is I also what is also, I guess, baffling to me is that you got where you were, or where you are, excuse me, by the Black dollar. We are your target audience. The white people saw the value that we put behind you, and that is why they want to cut you a check. It's not because you're a great comic. It's not because you're a brilliant businessman. It's not because you are physically appealing or anything like that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that they see you as a way to get to us to spread programming and propaganda.
and I
And
know he's
you
over
allow
here like
yourself
somebody's got to do it, but
that don't mean it got to be fucking you. Like, that does not mean it has to be you. That don't mean that. It doesn't mean it has to be you. It could be you keeping an eye out for the bullshit so you can curtail it, so you can stop it. So maybe you can pull that one Black person aside, be like, because you have more tenure, they're going to listen to you, and they'll take your word better and faster than they will take this white man's word, just for lack of phrase, this white man's word. You know what I'm saying? Because you have proven yourself that you've gotten where you were and you didn't lose your integrity. Go back to the battle again. That's what this whole shit is about. We have people living with integrity is hard. Doing the right thing is hard, but it will work out. It is much more valuable because, like you said, you can build this beautiful gilded ass cage by just simply going along to get along, and now you're trapped. So when the people that got you to where you were are now voicing their discontent, you like, come on, y'all gonna fuck up my money now. I gotta come. Well, you put yourself in that position to answer to these type of people. You took that check to do these things, and now you have to do them at the expense of your people, which now will affect your bottom line, because once we stop supporting you, they have no further incentive to keep giving you money. Because what, you think you got a big enough white audience? You think you got a big enough other POC audience to carry your ass afloat, nigga? You don't. You don't.
You could ever hit Eddie Murphy's level, nigga. We got so much more to do. But anyway, it's not even about that. It's just the audacity and the gall to try to want to do that. And this is how you think you're gonna do it. Girl. No. That just go back to the drawing board, try again. You know, that was a terrible apology. I feel like you wanted to try to apologize and just be like, hey guys, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. But it was. It was. And you should have just stayed on the other side of the fence, Kev. Honestly, like at this point, because I think niggas probably would have respected it a little more. I mean, we wouldn't have liked it, but then it's not like you're trying to play in our fucking face and just be like, he did it though. It's like, sir. Anyway,
move around, nigga.
Let's talk about. You want to talk about Cheyenne last?
What else? No, let's talk about Painted by
Patrick.
Esther.
You want to talk about Patrick? Okay, let's do Patrick next. So you know more about this than I.
Did you find anything about it? It's kind of like help support more information.
Really. I saw that apparently there is some sort of like makeup actual like rollout collection with this transformation thing.
Yes. Okay, so this is not normally in our wheelhouse of things, but what type of topic this is why I truly want to talk about it, because it's just, it kind of bleeds from the other conversation. These are the ramifications of what happens when too many before us allow other people to view us and handle us a certain type of way, right? Because in most people's mind, well, so and so took it, so and so dealt with it. Like I'm just, doing business. That's how they disguise as doing business.
Yeah.
So, this is a makeup, an MUA community crisis that is going on right now. There is a young lady who goes by the moniker of Painted by Esther. Great, great profile. She's been kind of high profile for the last few years. But when Olandria Love won Island and she did her makeup, that's when her name really like started like poppity pop in the streets, right? Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this.
Okay, serving.
Look at this.
Serving the girls.
Everybody. Pink face vixens everywhere. Pixelated. Okay. So, pigmented vixens everywhere. So, what happened was Painted by Esther, as we just saw from all those lovely photos, has been getting her name out there, but she came out with a transitional blush application method, right? So the traditional ways of doing up top, whatever, the way that she has been able to do what is called blush blindness, when you have like a lot of blush, but it's strategically placed. And if you see in those pictures, the way that the blush is placed is out and up. It's more of a full covering because the blush is not just an accent. It is a part of the look. It is a part of the makeup, how it is laid, right? Yeah. This young lady has been doing this shit publicly since 2019. Important number. Since 2019, right? And so the past few months, there has been this rumbling of a gentleman named Patrick Ta, who is another person of color, and that'll make sense here in a second, who is an Asian man named Patrick Ta, or Pacific South Islander, I don't know. He is some sort of Asian descent man, right? And he is his own name in his own right. He's done tons of faces. He's done celebrities and red carpets, and he has a name, right? So he is somebody. But according to a video that came out, because Painted by Esther just had to come out and address the situation. Not like Kevin and them, but had to come out and address the situation because it started this discourse about the discourse that I want to have about Black artistics being stolen from. And then also the other side of the conversation of the blame game. Well, why did you patent it? Well, why did you do this? Or why did you monetize off of that? Why didn't you make your blush? She doesn't have to if she doesn't want to. That's like me. I love to cook. I'm a really great cook. I've been taught all the time. That don't mean I want to go open a kitchen. You see what I'm saying? Just because I'm good at one thing or I've perfected one thing doesn't mean that I'm looking to monetize off of said thing. And even Painted by Esther, she said the way that she made me want to monetize was by teaching. That's her thing. Her thing is not being the next Pat McGrath. Her whole thing is not being the next, Fenty Beauty and all this shit. She just wants to get her art out there and to teach it. That's really what's her whole thing. So it comes back to the whole integrity of it all. It's like, okay, why would you? Well, let me back up a little bit more. So in the video, she also says that she had a previous sketchy encounter with Jonathan and his people. They wanted her to do basically like I'm probably mispronouncing the term, but I believe it's called like a do and go. So like they just wanted her to come, do the makeup, and go, and they'll pay her, right? Not editorial, no background, no BTS type of stuff, whatever. Just do it and go. So she agreed to that. Only like maybe a day or so later, they said, okay, well, can we film you doing that? And she was like, no. No, you can't film me doing that because that's not in the scope of what you asked me to. And also, if you want to film me, it's gonna this has to fall. Like now you're asking for a different service. You're not asking for a pay and go. If you want me, somebody who is a self-proclaimed teacher, out here to actually you record me and do my work, That's gonna cost you. I'm gonna need to share that on my platform. You're gonna have to you're not just gonna film me
Use
do
my
the shit
image.
you're not gonna film me basically study the tape and then redo it.
And I'm not finna look crazy. I need to make my makeup need to look good. My hair need to look good. I need to look good.
Exactly, because if I'm just doing a do and go, then I'm probably gonna come in there some sweats and some Birkenstocks, and I'm gonna do it and go. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't what we here for. But it's got to be editorial if you want to shoot me. Like, that's not insane. You know what I'm saying? We're both in the business of beauty. We're both trying to platform ourselves. Why would I let you do that? Right? Because you thought I was a stupid nigga. But anyway, so she declined that, and then when you look at now, it's 2021, 22 about this time.
Okay.
And so now he's coming out with videos talking about a transitional blush technique that he learned from Painted by Esther. There's several clips of him, and he's not even like really like, hey, my girl, it's not even like a cheerful shout out. It's just kind of like, here, like I said, here, damn, let me just say that just so motherfuckers gonna be like, oh, he's coming from Esther, only for you to do said thing. So now you out here doing that, and then you said this is my take. So you still really didn't even do it the exact way Esther did it. You said this is my take on it, which means you fully fucking know. You fully fucking know, bitch. You know. And then now what you were showing on the screen, now this bitch then sat up here and made a transitional blush palette and trademark transitional blush. You stole the lady's shit. There's evidence that you knew that was her shit. You did not include her in it. You trademarked her so you can lock her out of it. Like, all of these moves are very calculated. All these moves are very initiative driven. You had a goal, which was, I like what that black girl do, but I want to make the money off of it. You know? So, but then again, the other side of the conversation of, well, she should. No, this nigga shouldn't have stole. Like, period. End of sentence. Full stop. Nothing else. He stole the shit. Whatever the fuck little capitalism game you niggas is playing in your head with that Monopoly money and that Barbie dream house, it ain't real.
Yeah.
Niggas out here for real shouldn't feel like they have to, even though, unfortunately, Black people, we should. Black people, we should be trademarking the shit out of everything we do. Because
after like the 1800s, bitch, and we saw that fucking deck of cards, it's like, there is absolutely no fucking reason. After we created the doorknob and barely got credit for that,
and the fucking folding chair, bitch,
it should be no fucking reason. I don't give a fuck, bitch. If you create a damn phrase, you better look up to make sure. Because even the wine goddess, like, I'll be like, damn, like, I need to trademark this. But it's like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? The money and, you know what I'm saying? Just all these things that just make you be like, okay, I'll get to it. And you know what I'm saying? The people know who I am. And, you know what I'm saying? People, I ain't going to say you don't feel like people are going to steal, but.
You kind of do. You got to do, because I think when you're so locked into what you're doing, you're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
And because, and I think in this situation, it's so obvious, like, nigga, like, we can prove that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just, but go ahead.
No. I just wanted to say that, like, you know, I kind of understand I feel like after you make so much money, you should be getting on it just because you know that shit is but at the same time, like you said, I feel like certain people should know, and especially if motherfuckers are crediting you, but they're not crediting you. Like they're just shouting you out type of shit. Mm-hmm. That's just, at that point, you definitely need to be trademarking something. But I get, you know, the delay, because it's just like, maybe you don't know, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't know you can, or again, maybe you don't have the right lawyers. It's just extremely fucking expensive. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it just sucks that this has to be the path that you have to go down. Like there's this guy that I follow. He like basically learned how to make water like gasoline or some shit. And he's like, I'm not patenting it because basically your patents can get stolen and you'll spend, you know, years and years and years in court fighting like big ass corporations. He was like, so what I did was I put it in a book and I published the book, and therefore you cannot copy shit in the book. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like we always have to do some sort of mental fucking acrobats. So I kind of get why you're just like, bitch, fuck you. Like everybody knows who it is, but it's like you said, at this point, we kind of have to do some shit or know that we have to protect ourselves in some way. And why, you know, I specifically put my book on Amazon because I was like, I could give people a PDF, but you know what I'm saying? Shit just could be out there and then you never know. And I know that seems like super just paranoid to people, but it's like, nah. In this day and age, your fucking intellectual property, bitch, is like a herd of sheep out there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect it.
Yep. So yeah, that's really about it on the situation. I haven't heard too much else after. Oh, the other piece is Jackie Aina. Now this part I do know because I'm a old school YouTube watcher, so I'm very familiar with Jackie Aina because she was rising to prominence during the whole like MUA YouTube thing going on, especially Black MUAs, because you know we needed things of our skin tone and all sorts of stuff like that. And that was also like during the natural hair movement that was going on YouTube. So this was a Black women beauty type of thing, right? Going on. Yeah, this is Jackie Aina. So she was is kind of still one of the most prominent Black MUA creators on YouTube and online. And Jackie Aina basically decided to side with Patrick Ta in so many words or ways, I should say, because then she started like talking about the transitional blush palette and how she wanted to work with Patrick and all these other type of things. And also on the funny side, shout out to Patrick Star. Patrick Ta is not to be confused with Patrick Star because at first I thought they was talking about Patrick Star, who is also a makeup anyway. So Patrick Star was getting some unnecessary shot because he was talking about Patrick Ta. Okay, right. Different Patrick, y'all. Different Patrick, different makeup. So, different Patrick. This sorry to them. I'm so sorry to you, Patrick Star, baby. Yeah, they was eating Patrick up because they thought it was. Poor baby. When I first heard the story, I thought it was like,
right, like no, not you, bitch, not you.
Bitch, I was like, load up the truck, because he knows. Okay, right. No, but or they know, excuse me, because I know this is a gender fluid person, excuse me. Because they know. Anywho, but yeah, so people thought it was him at first, but no, it's Patrick Ta. But yeah, so it's again the whole Kevin Hart shit. Black people, once they start acting oblivious or above the situation, or they don't want to be one of those type of Blacks or one of those type of Black people, it never ends well. And I'm like, you didn't even have to get your stuff involved. Bitch, it had nothing to do with you. So why are you going over here making allegiances with Patrick Ta, bitch? Like, all you have to do was put on your foundation and be quiet. Okay? That's all. Nobody even asked you.
He wanted to get involved.
It was like when Kanye thought he was going to get in on the motherfucking battle. Nigga, and we proudly turned that shit off. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked for this. You are making yourself an enemy in this situation unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Girl, have some pride. Shit, because I bet if it was your punk ass and your fucking perfume line or whatever that got probably snatched up by somebody in fucking French, you'd have a fucking fit, bitch. So let's stop being obtuse. That's my thing. Let's stop being fucking obtuse. Let's stop acting like we don't understand what the true problem is. A Black woman's IP was stolen right from up under her in front of God and everybody on the fucking internet. This bitch ass motherfucker's making money off of it. Where is the defense? Where in it do you, as a Black person, because this ain't even no Black American shit, because they both Niger. So y'all can wrap that diaspora award shit right the fuck on up. These are both Niger folks. She's from England and Jackie from America, but they're both Niger. They're both Nigerian ass motherfuckers. So at the end of the day, you can't even do right by your own motherfucking Nigerians, bitch. That's fucked up.
Shame. For shame. You have been shamed.
She don't
Because
give a fuck.
both Kevin and girl. Because yeah, just falling in line with the agenda because it makes your pockets look good. Look, man, I know that number looks real nice. It does. That number, when you see that thing in that account, oh child, you be just sitting there just like all the things that I'm gonna buy. But when you can't even think about that because your piece is so fucked up and you're thinking about how many people, excuse me, you're thinking about that little black boy or black girl that could be the next you or whatever, and how you're just letting them the fuck down. You're mini you. You're just letting them down and showing them why we can't never have nothing. Because as soon as we get something, we just fucking forget where we fucking come from and why we really just in this position in the first place. Because I don't want to take it all the way back to segregation, but I mean, honestly, it was just like y'all really just let the white people, you know what I'm saying? Once they was like, oh yeah, everybody can be included, but you know what I'm saying? These niggas are the good niggas. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, Candace Owens tried it. OJ Simpson tried it.
Girl,
fucking Clarence Thomas, all these huckabuck tap dance niggas that tried it. Okay. And they gonna fuck around and find out. Some of them already are.
Well, shout out to Patrick Starr for being amazing.
Thank you, Patrick Starr. Thank you. And I hope they have left your mentions alone.
Right.
Okay?
Like, bitch, I'm the wrong Patrick. Okay. What are you talking about?
It's like, remember when like the whole cheating thing, Lemonade, before whatever, and people thought Rachel Ray was the mistress. And it was really Rachel Roy, but it was eating Rachel Ray to fuck up. Like
I knew Diamond was a piece of shit.
Baby, it was eating Rachel Ray the fuck. Like all she do is cook.
Oh, I'm thinking. Okay, no, the white woman. I'm tripping. What am I doing?
Who are you thinking about?
Right, Rachel Ray. Is she the white woman?
Yes.
Okay, the talk show host.
Yeah, the cook.
Okay.
Talk show. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All she did was come out with cookware and some dog food.
Right.
Like, she ain't my business, y'all. Anyway, I just thought that was funny.
Well, as the last topic we have is Miss Cheyenne Bryant. Miss Cheyenne. You know, and my thing is, I not that I like went to this lady's defense a couple of weeks ago, but I did stand with her against my girl, the Countess, because I was just like, no. You know what I'm saying? It's about uplifting all of us. It's about, you know, the fact that she hasn't hurt anyone. Like, I was genuinely trying to have your fucking back, bitch. Like, I genuinely did. And here you go. It has been like 3 fucking weeks and we still talk about this shit. But you got your black ass. What is this show called? I don't even know what this
I don't even think it comes on anymore. To me, it was looking like a COVID show, like on the internet type of shit. But
what is this show called?
I couldn't even tell you what the fuck that show was.
Okay, I can't find it. But basically, she was on Mr. Torre's show, and they were wrapping it up. And when I tell you, I had to watch this clip several times because I was so fucking confused. I was like, what happened? How did we get here? Like, how did we get from her ending her point? It looked like Torre was wrapping up the fucking show. Dead ass. Did he make a probably slight shady comment? Just a very slight. But bitch, when I say she cut that motherfucking shade and that she just went the fuck off. And it wasn't warranted. It genuinely wasn't warranted. Like whatever he said that triggered the fuck out of you was so unnecessary,
All
especially
he said was, well, if gentle parenting leads to more gentle kids, especially gentle men, then sign me up for it. That's
and it
literally what he said.
sounded like he was agreeing. It sounded. But then she just starts going the fuck off and just don't fucking raise your fucking motherfucking voice. Like, bitch. Okay.
Hey, when she kept saying, go talk to your wife, that's how I knew Ray was a better person than me. Because that's one thing, bitch, but
He just got quiet
don't
and
bring my wife up,
he just
bitch.
waited.
Because if I bet you I bring my wife to you, like, don't do that.
And then whoever the executive producer was, cut her fucking mic.
They cut his mic and allowed her to keep talking shit. And she up there fucking brawling. Yeah, you shut the fuck up talking to me like that. He's not even talking.
This is my show.
You're still
I will
talking,
be goddamned if you're on my motherfucking show and you're talking to me like you ain't got no motherfucking sense. And then my mic is cut. Everybody getting in, everybody going to the conference room. After this, everybody get your ass in the conference room now.
He even said that. He said we've had multiple meetings about her long-windedness and her not cooperating and her monopolizing the conversation. Right? That's what we said. We talked about this. We had a whole meeting about why the fuck is she still allowed to do this? And basically it's because somebody was challenging you. But if
And
you
not
are an
even
academic, but to her, it was a challenge because she is not a doctor. She doesn't have all her credit. She's out here with half of an education, trying to pontificate on these platforms as if she knows what the fuck she's talking about in full. On top of the fact that the conversation they were having, everything she said was not in lockstep with actual psychological parameters. Like, it was very obvious she didn't really know the foot. Like, she was kind of flailing. Like, she tries to give common sense as therapy. And that's not how that fucking works. And I know you don't know, and I know you're not a real doctor because that's what you're trying to do. Like I said before, and again, kind of back to that whole Jesus thing, let's talk about the parallels through those three. What I have seen with these PR tours that people are taking after the fallout, Shakespeare said it best. Thou protest too much. It is taking too long to get to your point. It is taking too long for you to make all the dots make sense. You are actually spider webbing. You're pulling all these ancillary things out, parameter things to bring them in to make one point that is a fractured point at best. It's fractured as fuck. It's like a prism. You put it up to the light, it's got like 50 fucking different reflections going on. It's not one solid rainbow stream line on the prism. You feel what I'm saying? So when you have to do that, when you're defensive, when you want to sit up here and say, well, what you want me to do? I don't know about the comedians. What you want me to do? When you want to sit up here and say, well, maybe people who couldn't achieve what I did are probably jealous of me. When you're out here basically saying that I was conflicted, they both was my homeboys, but I don't like the way, my homeboy had to do my other homeboy, but I still love them both. Hey yo. When you come out here and we all leave with more questions than answers, you did what the fuck we said you did. You did what the fuck we said you did. If you cannot get to the fucking point of what happened, if your story changes, if you change your story depending on people's response to you, you was a liar through and through from the fucking start. On top of the fact, to go back to Cheyenne Bryant, everybody who went to school with you, bitch, got a piece of paper with their name on it. And everybody who went to school with you, bitch, can go to that website, go pull up their transcripts. but they just decided that you, Cheyenne Bryant, you must suffer the way Jesus suffered. And you must go through the slings and arrows and the hot, dusty trails of hell to get to your glory because God said that you were the chosen. Shut the fuck up, bitch. And the way that she's handling things, you out here, you just want to be a celebrity, baby. That's what this is. You don't care about people. You don't care about helping people. You care about sitting up on panels with your cat eyes and your titties out. That's what you care about. You care about being a fucking a snack to bitch ass niggas. That's what you care about. You want women to envy you. You want men to want you. None of them things got to do with you helping your motherfucking community. Not a one. You want to sit up here on that motherfucking boat playing pretty and petty as fuck while your whole the fucking loose threads of your fucking career are unraveling at an unprecedented fucking rate because, like I said about Kevin, your audience is niggas. If you go against your motherfucking audience, like LaRussell, if you try to treat us like we're fucking stupid, we gonna show you who the dummy is. When you ain't got no more clout, when you ain't got no more fucking influence, when you couldn't buy your way onto these motherfucking panels no motherfucking more. Then it'll be real to you. When your fucking Netflix movie flops, then it'll be fucking real to you. When your next album don't do shit, we say, nigga, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. That's what happens when you try to play the audience like we fucking dumb. Like we don't see what's going on. You will only hurt your fucking self because that support you had is gonna get down to here. And these people ain't willing to pay extra to make up for the other motherfuckers that you lost. They just not. They not. So I want everybody, just like even Nick Cannon with that bullshit after he had to come and address the backlash with him, Amber Rose. You all do not care. That's the only thing I'm gonna give Cheyenne. At least she fully through and through don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And she might be successful because of it, unfortunately. Unfortunately, she might be more successful because she just wasn't tell fuck it. I'm gonna keep doing it. But when you want to sit up here and play the middle, you wanna that ain't gonna work.
And that's what I was also going to say, that, it kind of sucks because unfortunately we are not united as a people. If we were united as a people, then maybe, how we feel would actually matter and would actually push the needle and would actually get people to see what the fuck we talking about. But because we're so divided, it allows these situations to go unrectified. And also allows it really to just get worse because they ain't doing shit that they ain't seen other niggas do. So it's just, it's unfortunate because there's a good group of us who just don't put up with this shit, but then there's just like another group that's like honestly kind of pushing for it. So
but like you said, then those people will just have to deal with consequences because I'm not gonna sit up here.
Right.
My empathy is not gonna be affected by those people who feel like they don't have any other option.
Right.
Because they are desperate.
Yes.
My beef will always be with the motherfucker who take advantage of the desperate.
Hello.
My beef will always be with you. My people always be with you because like we said about like the age gap shit. When you are that far ahead, you know what the fuck is up. Even if you have good intentions, like I'm 40. If a nigga 25 to 30 wanted to talk to me, I'd have to really tell him I don't think so. I don't think so. Not because I mean, not only because I should say, because that's just weird as fuck, you a nephew to me in my eyes, but also I'm not trying to teach nobody shit.
And I already know
what type of time you could be. Even if you're woke, even if you're vote, even if you believe
you have all the best intentions, like you said.
You are young. You want children. You want a life that I don't want to give. You need to be with somebody who who's on the same type of time you are. You know what I'm saying? I guess if I was an old bitch just desperate trying to use up my dried up eggs, maybe. But even then, that's not wise. Why don't you make that little young nigga your baby daddy? That's just fucking stupid. Like, I always say again, Drea is like, is a disgusting person to me. I don't give a fuck how pretty she is. She's a disgusting person to me. And we need to make we need to normalize, calling women like this out. This is how these teachers be fucking on 15 and 14 and 16-year-old boys in school. Granted, most of those are white women, but it's only a matter of time for Black women get caught doing it, or Spanish women. It's just because I guess, broke clock right twice a day on some red pill shit. Unfortunately, women do not get scapegoated as predators as much as they need to be.
Yeah, I agree.
What we think is harmless behavior, like telling a young boy, "Oh, look at you, so cute." This is this. If I was a man, a 40-year-old man, telling a 15-year-old girl how cute she looks, everybody's ears would hopefully people's ears would perk up and like, that's nasty. But why would a 40-year-old woman say the same thing to a 50-year-old? Oh, you're so cute, boy. If I was your age,
right? And people think it's okay.
No, it's not okay. Bitch, that's very weird. Okay. There should be no. I mean, unless you're saying you're growing up to be such a handsome young man, like you just be a beautiful young lady, you can say that. But when you use words like fine,
right,
or sexy,
or just
if
even
I was your age, or if you try to position yourself in any type of world where maybe you would have access to this young person, you're not actually commenting them on their hair, on their dress, on their grades. Now, you keep shit surface with the motherfucking children. Unless that child trusts you and y'all can have deeper conversations, you should be talking to them about boys. No. You should be talking to them about girls. Oh, you got a little girlfriend? Oh, you got a little boyfriend? What the fuck you need to know that? Why do you need to know that? Unless I'm coming over and you about to go on a date, that's the only reason I need to ask. Like, oh, you got a little girlfriend? Happened. Okay. Well, you know what to do. You go out, make sure you open her. Like, I'm gonna just give you some game. Like, I'm not here to be like, I wish I was her. What the fuck?
Right. Let me see the dick pic. No, I'm just playing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, try to fuck on somebody's stepson or whatever. Like, porn has really scrambled a lot of niggas' brains. Should be quite frank. But yeah, like anything like that, fuck no. Like, it's just when you know, and like in her instance, you have this much knowledge compared to niggas having this much knowledge. So you're gonna use this much knowledge, even though people have this much knowledge. And what the fuck you supposed to be doing? You're gonna take that little paragraph you read 6 years ago, bitch, you gonna roll with it. You just out here misdiagnosing motherfuckers, just out here giving terrible fucking advice because you read 2 extra books than maybe most of us have fucking read. Honorary doctorates, fake ass colleges. Stop the madness, nigga. Like, and to wrap it up, what really got me about the whole Touré thing is, like he said, this is how I knew this bitch wasn't no. You can call her a bitch because Touré is classy. He's actually a gentleman. I'm saying bitch. But that's how I knew she wasn't credentialed. Not only was she advocating for corporal violence against children, which all the child psychologists will tell you that is not. I mean, listen, but you're not a psychologist, though.
Yeah.
You're just a regular motherfucker.
Fair.
And especially if you are in family, women's child development, well, you're in that particular portion of psychology. It is known. Anybody worked at Wing Stone will tell you don't be on your kids. Like, there's so much evidence that does not support it, right?
Yeah.
So not only were you for corporal punishment, but then, and this is why what he said got at her, because her framing of gentle was pussy, soft, feminine, bitch-like, gay. So in her mind, gentle parenting, I'm just spitballing, y'all. In her mind, it seems that gentle parenting is making your kids gay or making them weak or making them soft and they won't know how to go out here and handle things. No, that's because they got an incomplete package of parenting. It's either too soft or too hard. They're very rarely are they able to find the balance, right? So you advocating for that, and then you want to sit up here and use soft and feminine, all these things as pejoratives towards him, contradicts a lot of the shit that you would need to say to somebody who's going through something mentally, who is dealing with their sexuality, who is dealing with possibly transitioning or thoughts of transitioning, who is dealing with, feelings of inadequacy, maybe not even due to their sexuality, but just due to their body, due to their sex, due to their hangups. Like, you are not versed enough. You don't have enough skill, empathy, and care to handle this shit. You are just a bitch who is pretty, who is using this to talk to ain't shit niggas that we all could have said the same shit to. You basically went to the motherfucking comment section and said, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. ChatGPT, remix all 6 of these phrases into something that a doctoral would say. Like, that's you must be, bitch. I'm supposed to be using AI. Why the fuck would I pay you? Because I'm sure you're using it with your limited ass education.
Well, Cheyenne, Kevin, Patrick, all of you have disappointed us this evening.
You ain't disappointed me, Patrick. I don't know who the fuck you was, bitch. I didn't know who the fuck you was until you stole from niggas. So you ain't disappoint me. You know what the fuck you supposed to be doing, I guess. Cheyenne ain't disappoint me because I knew who that bitch was from the jump. Now maybe Kevin has well, he ain't disappointed me. He disappointed me years ago, and I haven't been fucked with him for a long time. But it's not so much disappointment. It's just like, what does it cost you to do the right thing?
And that's the question. That's really the question. How much does the right thing cost? You would hope that morality could get you somewhere in this world, but it don't. It's just your own personal walk. And we don't always get to see the repercussions of it. And I think that's what kind of keeps people teeter-tottering. If we could see the repercussions of all of these things, like genuinely see them, then people would make the better decision. But can't always see them, and so you get tricked and you end up making these same mistakes as these people do and finding out on the back end. So with that, y'all, this was just a sip. This was fun. We got to see, some South African wine with some good old Midwest, you know what I'm saying? A Midwest treasure, I should say,
There you go.
You got me in rare form drinking out of the Everybody Loves Ross podcast shot glass. Shout out to my girls. Shout out to our girls. Good KC. You know what I'm saying? We repping each other. Yes, we will be here Sunday to drink some Rioja from Spain.
Yeah, I love Spain.
Yes. You want to tell them a little bit about the chocolates?
So, hopefully they will be here.
Fingers crossed.
But no. Shout out to Lorado Lux. There to go. Lorado Lux. Because I can appreciate proactivity. I love me some proactivity, okay? So we're heating up. June is amongst us here in the next couple of days. And shipping chocolate and foods in the heat is very tricky. Most of the chocolatiers we've encountered usually include ice or something like that. However, when I ordered it, it was, moved everything. Like, I ordered Monday, label created, shipped out on Tuesday. Cool, right? I'm like, okay, so we gonna get it by Friday, Saturday, right? Then I get an email Wednesday from Lorado Lux, and they were like, so The Postal Service just decided to extend it out for some reason, so your chocolates probably won't be viable. So I'm just gonna overnight you some new ones. And I'm like, you know what? Appreciate it. Not an extra cost, not extra days. You're gonna overnight them, 2 day them, whatever. They should be here by Saturday. Um, prayerfully speaking, should be here by Saturday. So hopefully we will have the chocolates here for you. If not, then we just gonna pivot.
Like we always do.
Like we always do at this time. We're just gonna pivot. So if I don't see no movement by tomorrow, then I'm just gonna message you on the side and then orchestrate the time with you. Go back to Andre's and go pick up the shit that I originally was gonna do last week. So it's either gonna be Lorado Lux or it's gonna be Aunt Andre's Sunday. So either way, it's gonna be a fun time with this wine. I love my Spanish wines. I love my South American wines, and now I love my South African wine.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we love you all. Happy Thursday. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
I'm Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet, and you have had just the sip, and we will taste you later. Bye.